Hey everyone, this month I'm taking a look at chicken shittle. Little shittle. Phew, almost screwed that up.
Yes, Chicken Little for the PS2. This game, for the most part, follows the plot of the movie, which is sort of unfortunate as the plot was fucking terrible. Indeed, this movie is often cited as one of Disney's worst theatrical animated features, although while I will concede that it most definitely is one of the worst, I still don't think it's horrendously bad. Sure, by Disney standards it's mediocre at best.
You might say it's something of a bad egg.
But I'd still watch it over a plethora of third-rate animated movies. That said, fuck Buck Cluck. This guy is possibly animation's worst, most unsupportive dad in the history of animation's bad dads. Chicken Little tells him he wants to take up baseball, and what does he say to him?
Please try not to get your hopes too high.
Arse? Seriously, are we expected to feel sorry for this piece of chicken shit? He deserves to be roasted, basted, or deep fried to perfection. But we're not here to talk about the movie. Oh no, we're here to talk about the game, which is with any luck at the very least of the same standard as the movie.
Which really isn't all that impressive. But in the words of Buck Cluck,
try not to get your hopes too high.
Could not have said it better myself.
In the first level, Chicken Little races to school after having been left behind by the school bus. Although, unlike in the movie, his journey to school sees him take a detour through some unsettlingly rough terrain. Chicken Little can double jump and use a yo-yo to attack enemies, who in this level take the form of some robot chickens. Planted by the malicious Foxy Loxy, who evidently has far too much time on her hands.
Whoa, whoa, he attacks with a yo-yo?
Yes, a yo-yo. Where did that idea come from? This might be one of the worst Disney game weapons ever. Buzz has a laser, Aladdin a sword, Zeke a magical beacon of lost souls, and I
have a yo-yo. Did I pick the short straw here or something?
To my recollection, I saw no yo-yo in the movie. This is arguably a worse choice of weapon than Milo's boomerang, and that was a pretty damn poor choice. That said, it can lend itself to some useful, if unusual, techniques to enhance the little chicken's agility, but we'll talk about those features as we unlock them. For now, aside from simple one-hit attacks, the yo-yo can be used to zipline and scale poles, which is pretty irritating. To hook your yo-yo onto a pole, you need to press the attack button. The problem with this is that it doesn't always respond, and you look pretty damn stupid swinging a yo-yo at a pole unnecessarily. Almost, there we go!
That's not to say you don't look monumentally stupid packing a yo-yo already.
Ultimately though, it turns out that using a yo-yo as a weapon isn't nearly as ineffective as you might expect. It completely obliterates the Clockwork Cluckers in just one swing.
I guess you could say the yo-yo has its ups and downs.
Moving around feels a little stiff. My assumption is that they were going for realism here, as Chicken Little's little chicken legs don't propel him too much.
Chicken legs. Anyone else hungry?
It takes a few seconds for him to pick up speed, which can be a problem when it comes to timing puzzles or moving out of the way of an attack. Once you've made it to the school, you need to collect change for a bottle of soda to reach the window, like what happened in the movie. The amount you need for the machine depends on your difficulty setting, and since I'm a mother-clucking grown-ass chicken, I chose hard.
I like my difficulty settings like I like my eggs. Over easy.
In this setting, one bottle of soda costs 20 coins.
That's a bit pricey for one bottle, isn't it? This better be the best damn soda I've ever had.
Speaking of collectibles, now seems like a good time to talk about them. The main collectible is acorns for some reason. Since an acorn was ultimately responsible for Chicken Little's public humiliation, one would imagine he would be traumatized by them. But nope!
Apparently he's nuts about nuts.
Collecting a certain amount of acorns will boost your health somehow, represented by this line of eggs. The other major collectible is Buck Cluck baseball cards. In every level there are 5 in total, and finding them all can help to unlock multiplayer minigames. They're pretty hard to find at times, but fortunately the minigames are mostly bloody awful anyway, so you're not missing out on a fat lot. Eventually, once we've pulled together enough coinage, we can bottle rocket to the window. Hey, where you going, mate? The window's that way. Yes, it turns out Chicken Little thought there was enough time to take a small detour first, much to our enjoyment.
Wait, you can fly? And all it took was a bottle of pop. Quick, go run and tell Ginger. They're flailing over there.
Once you've made it to the window, it's not over yet, as Chicken Little finds himself careening down a hallway in a janitor's bucket, propelled by the bottle rocket. This level is just annoying, actually. The controls are clumsy as hell, and often you don't notice obstacles or collectibles until you're pretty much on top of them. Eventually, we make it to the Dodgeball Hall, where the objective is to
dodge the ball. Obviously.
It's pretty boring. You can catch the ball in mid-air and throw it at your opponents. That's pretty much it. But the best part of this level is hearing Abby Mallard, aka the Ugly Duckling, give you instructions. It's not bad as such, but a pretty, interesting impersonation of Joan Cusack.
Okay, here's how this works. Once the ball is popped up, just get under its shadow. then catch it as it's falling.
Kinda looks like the ball's not the only thing that's popped up if you ask me. Anyway, once the game is won, Foxy gets her lackey Goosey to chase after Chicken Little in a sequence I swear they only included so they could use this pun.
I don't like wild goose chasing.
And the pun was so good, they used it again.
Enough with the wild goose chase.
Yeah, okay, that's enough now, okay? We get it. This level isn't really very fair. Goosey constantly bombards you with dodgeball balls, and they're pretty hard to avoid. Although a lot of the time they seem to propel you forwards anyway, so...
Thanks, I guess?
There are so many obstacles in the way that this level is just tiresome. And is it just me who finds her and her honkings genuinely terrifying? Why is nobody else terrified of her? Imagine if she crept up on you in a haunted mansion or something. Scary stuff. Now, the end of this level sees us return to the Dodgeball Hall, which frankly makes no sense as we've been running in a straight line. And look, she catches you anyway, so what was the point in this level at all? The next level sees Foxy and Goosey take Little Shittle's uniform and distribute the pieces all over town.
This is a little elaborate, isn't it? Do these kids have nothing better to do?
This level sees you upgrade your already surprisingly effective yo-yo with a grapple feature, meaning you can cross large distances by aiming your yo-yo and yanking yourself towards a target, because yo-yos can do that apparently.
What is this, a Swiss Army yo-yo?
The level is pretty spacious and one of the most visually appealing in my opinion. It allows you to explore a little and even the citizens talk to you, even though they seem to stare vacantly, only vaguely in your direction.
If you go with the flow will go with you.
Just go. And take your flow with you. You're creeping me out, buddy.
You've got to hurry, Chicken Little. You can't miss the big game.
I don't even know who you are. Leave me alone. Yeah, this is actually a weird observation, but honestly, nobody in this game blinks. Not even Foxy.
Oh, damn it. Okay, you win.
Foxy refuses to let you pass until you've recovered all parts of the uniform, which to my surprise includes a baseball bat. Don't they supply any bats at all? Fucking cheapskates. To find all the pieces, you'll need to access the roof of the theatre, which is the most irritating aspect of the level when something as simple as a chair kills you. Yes, really, a chair. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rage quit right now. This level also sees the return of the Clockwork Chickens.
Or should I say, clockwork?
Once you've recovered your uniform, Scary Mary disappears and you can start batting practice, which is conveyed through a pretty conventional button sequence game. Surprisingly, not unlike the one we saw in my last video. Though, while in that one you were playing a wolf disguised as a dancing ghost, in this game you're a cheerleading pig.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
The more buttons you get right, the wider the margin for hitting the ball. Hitting a home run is pretty easy, but you can practice as much as you like before competing in the big game.
There's a new winner in town, and his name is Chicken Little.
So anyway, there are aliens now.
Weren't you following? Come on, keep up. Move those little chicken legs double time.
A mysterious alien panel has landed in Chicken Little's room, rather conveniently for the plot. And it's up to Runt to drive himself, Abby, and Fish to Little Shittle's house as he sounded really panicked over the phone. It's genuinely lovely to see that our misfit friends are willing to drop everything to go help their friend in need. That is, after completing Runt's paper route, of course. And collecting a few magazines for Abby. And delivering surfboards for some reason, which is apparently something Fish does in his spare time. Could this not have waited? Who needs surfboards that urgently? This level is rather odd and annoying. I guess they kind of threw it in there so the player could grow accustomed to the driving controls, which will come in handy later, trust me. And believe me, it's pretty necessary considering the controls are an abomination. The physics are just plain weird. Head-on collisions see your egg-shaped car doing somersaults.
I guess you could say the controls are a little scrambled.
How on earth is everyone not dead yet? And the developers obviously thought we'd love the terrible controls so much, they threw in a multiplayer racing minigame too. Well, that's just fucking great.
How nice of them.
Once this pointless endeavor is over, it's up to Little Shittle to hunt down your friend Fish, who's surfing the alien panel over the backyards. Another upgrade can be obtained here, which allows you to charge your yo-yo for a more powerful attack. I have to admit, I kinda like this level. It's fairly well made despite the lagging controls. Controlling Chicken Little never feels particularly comfortable, however, especially when you need to execute some rather well-timed jumps. Also, surfing these pipes is a little irritating if you want to obtain the cards. Choosing the right pipe for 100% completion is based entirely on trial and error gameplay. Make it to the alien ship, and you then need to pass an exam to gain entry.
Oh shit! I didn't revise. I sure hope it's multiple choice.
Interestingly, this exam takes the form of a space simulator. You take control of the alien ship, which not only fires a regular laser, but collecting extra power-ups gives you access to temporary rapid shots, missiles, shields, and health. Although your health depletes so much when you hit something, it really makes me question why they bothered segmenting the health meter. Seriously, what was the point? Anyway, completing this task gains you access to the ship.
Pilot certified level 1.
Wait, so Chicken Little's a certified pilot now? You really need to go and talk to Ginger. I can imagine her getting a bit desperate now.
Once inside, the friends get separated. Oh no! We're then presented with the only solo Abby level in the game as you explore the ship utilizing an alien walker. Unlike Little Chittle, Abby can glide over long distances. She cannot, however, blink, which becomes terrifying as hell if you look at her for too long.
She stares into my soul.
Controlling the alien walker is a nice touch, but again, it's a little awkward getting used to the controls. You can fire lasers, charge your laser for a powerful attack, lift objects and throw them. It's nice that the aliens left a legible set of instructions lying around so Abby knew how to execute these moves.
Yeah, funny that. Although looking at her, maybe they brainwashed her somehow.
I wanted to like this level, but as usual, the controls feel stiff and awkward as hell.
I guess you could say this level isn't all it was quacked up to be.
The next level sees you control Runt, sort of, only he's stuck upside down in a bucket careening down an alien corridor. Yep, as expected, Runt is given the most undignified gameplay.
It's funny, because he's fat, I guess.
Finally, we get to explore the ship using Chicken Little, battling robots with his yo-yo, and overcoming the ship's many obstacles. We also obtain a new weapon.
What could possibly outdo the yo-yo?
This time, it's a slingshot to project acorns to hit targets from afar.
What? We're on an intergalactic spaceship. You couldn't maybe have found something a little less rudimentary?
All joking aside, this comes in handy for a few timing puzzles aboard the ship as the game progresses. And the puzzles do indeed start to get pretty challenging, but not nearly as challenging as what's coming next.
Brace yourself.
Yes, the next level is Space Simulator 2, because after the sheer joy Space Simulator 1 gave us, a sequel level was inevitable.
Can't wait.
This level is different, however, in that it presents this simulation from an overhead POV. Yes, apparently to progress, you need to demonstrate your prowess in playing dated arcade games.
First slingshots and now we're playing Asteroids. Such an advanced race. I'm overwhelmed by the progressiveness of these aliens.
I will say I do like this game's devotion to old school games. There's also a mini-game in which you have to ping-pong the pig.
I was gonna call it Pig Pong, but no.
This level is pretty damn frustrating. I am genuinely surprised at the difficulty. Just one small mistake and boom, game over. You're just not tough enough to vanquish all the other ships, so your best bet is often to give up on strategy and wing it, even though chickens aren't usually good at that sort of thing.
If you catch my meaning.
Again, if you just couldn't get enough of this level, there's an unlockable minigame that's very similar. You know what? I don't think there's any minigame here I genuinely enjoy thinking about it. The next level sees us control fish in a manic, fast-paced level in some sort of outer space tube. I'm not sure what this level has to do with anything, but it's kind of fun, I guess. I also love how the end of this level is signified by this big beam of light, as if fish would know that the light at the end of the tunnel is actually a good thing in this case, and not some kind of intergalactic fish fryer or something.
It's hard to source at the ready, folks, just in case.
After this, we've finally escaped the ship, and we need to relocate our friends who are all trapped somewhere on the baseball grounds, even though we literally saw them all escape together a few seconds ago.
Couldn't you all look after yourselves for 5 fucking minutes? You're supposed to be helping me!
Once you've gathered everyone together, you make your escape. After traveling a little further, we then come across the cornfield, where the friends all somehow manage to get lost again. Lord knows why they decided to come with you when you spend half the time saving their asses. This is a little tougher as you have to make your way through the maze to find them all individually. Once this is over with, Abby comes up with a bright idea of ringing the school bell to warn the townsfolk of a supposed alien invasion. And you know what that means?
Looks like we're gonna need some change.
Just when you thought this game couldn't get any more exciting. Can't wait to see what else it pulls out the bag.
Yeah, perhaps you've noticed this game is a little repetitive. Pulling together enough shrapnel is quite the challenge this time, however, as it sees you having to traverse telegraph wires and unstable scaffolding to finish the task. Purchasing the soda gives you access to the school bell, which the aliens try to stop you reaching, although in all honesty, they don't seem to be trying very hard. Chicken Little raises the alarm, but of course, nobody listens and believes him, not even his own dad, the wanker. So the aliens rain down from the heavens, and in a frankly bizarre level, we take control of Mayor Turkey Lurkey, who's operating a cannon to protect the town's animal citizens and his good self from being roasted alive. He's heavily outnumbered, however, so it may be a close call.
I've got cranberry sauce at hand if all else fails.
Chicken Little then realizes it's all just a harmless misunderstanding and that the aliens simply want their little baby Kirby back, the original Higgledy. After convincing his dad, they both join his friends as Runt drives a fire truck in pursuit of the mothership. Because, of course, another horrific driving level is just what we wanted. And there's a lot more obstacles this time, so there's a good chance they'll soon all be served up at the local carvery.
Dibs on the pig!
Fish, Abby, and Runt find themselves in trouble as they're seemingly evaporated by alien walkers and sent plummeting into the unknown. Runt is separated and tumbles helplessly down another pointless alien tube. And this one is so cluttered with obstacles, death is inevitable.
Anybody got any applesauce?
Seriously though, this level level is a pain. Many of the obstacles you don't actually see until it's too late. One small imprecise move and this game isn't the least bit forgiving. And we seem to be in space again. Hey Piggy, let me know if you see a sheep around. I've been looking for one recently. Once this is all over, we rejoin Little Shittle for another Alien Walker level. It's essentially the same as the Abby level earlier, only without Abby, obviously.
That's all for the better, I guess. She was starting to freak me out.
And then we have to make our way to the anti-gravity room, in a level unsettlingly similar to a previous level aboard the ship, only it's much more difficult. Once we've reached the room, we cannot progress any further unless we've obtained a necessary number of change floating about. I guess it's some kind of intergalactic toll booth or something.
Isn't it convenient the aliens accept our currency? Lovely.
Shortly afterwards, we find ourselves playing yet another space simulator. Ugh. It's better than the second one, but it kinda kills the mood. This one also contains a boss at the very end, which is challenging enough, although a little formulaic. Completing this grants us access to a conveniently teleported vending machine. Chicken Little deposits his coins inside, and we're off to rescue our ungrateful arse of a father.
Oh, I'd leave him to perish personally, but the game doesn't give you that choice.
What follows is the final boss, which sees you take out the ship's security CPU using, yep, you guessed it, your yo-yo. You know, considering how long it took to get here, the aliens' technology isn't nearly as impenetrable as I expected. Once the CPU is destroyed, your father is saved. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, sure, son. Everything seems to be in one piece.
Oops, never mind, eh? Game over.
Yum! Looks like we're having chicken tonight after all.
No, of course not. Sadly, Buck Cluck did survive, and he and Chicken Little reintegrate before the aliens, and the misunderstanding is resolved. You know, the aliens are surprisingly magnanimous, considering we've waged war on them and destroyed their mothership's computer. Might want to get on the phone to ETBT or whoever their service provider is. Either way, the conflict is resolved. The end. Or is it? No, is the answer to that, as the next stage sees Runt and friends make their escape from the alien ship in a needlessly elaborate level that, much like a good 50% of this game, did not feature in the movie. It also sees the return of that god-awful fire truck.
We just couldn't get enough of those intolerable driving controls.
Once you've escaped, Buck Cluck finally congratulates his son.
I'm proud of you, son.
Well, it's about fucking time. All it took was for Little Shittle to halt an alien invasion for his dad to be proud of him. What a cock.
You can't flag me for that. He's a literal cock.
Everyone then gathers at the cinema to celebrate what we can only hope is the end of this game. But wait, there's more! Yes, there is indeed another level. This time you take the helm of Chicken Little's movie actor alter ego Ace's ship in a level that's pretty much yet another space simulator level. Yeah, this game seems to have a horrible habit of repeating all the parts you didn't like playing in the first place.
Hey, Daddy-o.
This is pretty difficult to give a final score in my opinion. There are aspects of this game that are done very well. The level design generally is of a relatively high standard, but the controls for the most part are awkward as hell. What's more, the difficulty is jarringly inconsistent at times, to the point where I can't actually see little kids making it to the very end. Speaking of which, it's too long. The final two levels are completely unnecessary for a start and would probably work better as optional bonus levels. On top of that, the game gets a little too tiresome and repetitive in parts. Overall, is it terrible? No, but its flaws mean Chicken Little is little more than an average experience.
Try not to get your hopes too high.
Never has a truer word been spoken.